Spring is in the air! Welcome to Springtime Chaos! We are busy, busy bees at this time of year. From sowing seeds to preparing the soil, every year this happens. Suddenly, the weather warms up and it's really inspiring to go outside. The flowers are blooming, and there's so much to do. And at the end of the video, I'm going to attempt to juggle cabbages. What could possibly go wrong? The seed raising house is full. We had to feed and mulch all of these beds, plus some others. Yay, mulch! We also spent August building this row of IBC wicking beds. They're so shiny and new. There's so much more garden space. The soil is so moist without me having to water it. There's a whole other video coming on how we built these and how they work, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, right, let's do it. So this is my seed raising house. At this time of year, it does get very full. We don't have a full-size greenhouse, so this is how I raise my seeds. There's about 40 tomato seedlings here, which I have already potted up and have grown quite a bit since I did that, as you can see. This is not permaculture. This is not low maintenance. This is very high effort. I have such a love-hate relationship with tomatoes. It's ridiculous. I actually hate how much effort that goes into growing them. We do like canning tomatoes, so hopefully there'll be a little bit of that this year. This is where all the tomatoes are going. So I sowed all of these seeds in August or during August at various points. I've got a bunch of different herbs and veggies and flowers and companion plants. I'm really trying to focus on companion plants this year because I've had some pest problems previous years. I'm slowly learning the benefit of beneficial flowers to attract the right insects to the garden to deter pests or, attract pests to those flowers instead of your veggies. So I did control myself this year and try and plant all the companion plants first so that they are a little bit more established than the veggies, so that when things start to really kick into growing season, the flowers are already there and established by the time the veggies are attracting the pests as well. So we'll see how that goes. So yes, I have all of these seedlings. Now it's time to plant them. The other thing I did differently this year was I tried starting seeds in these seed snails, and this is a huge space saver. I discovered this technique from another YouTuber on the internet, so thank you for that. And I filmed a little time lapse of how I made them, so here's that. So the stuff that I've used on the outside here to wrap it up with is actually like a plasticky foamy stuff, which I'm not stoked about using, but I did have this stuff left over from like packaging. We tend to not throw a lot out on this property, so we have a collection of packaging stuff, and this was just from that. So I cut some 15 centimeter strips of that and then laid them out on this tray, and then I put a seed raising mix down and like rolled it up into this little spiral. I've affixed it with this blue twine, which again is a leftover product from some hay bales we had a couple of years ago. Again, plastic, but what can you do? Once you've rolled it up and secured it, you just sort of smooth off the top part and then shove your seeds in there. And with some of the later snails I did, I even put the seeds down in the potting mix before I rolled up the snails so that it was even quicker to do. This allows you to put a lot more seeds down in a lot smaller space. Usually when I plant all 50 of the corn seeds, it takes up a tray this size, which in this small seed house does take up quite a bit of room. And this year I'm doing corn and chickpeas and peanuts and pumpkins. So doing all of that, I would have filled this up very quickly, but this has allowed me, I fit all 4 of the seed snails that I made into one thing like this, and they're coming up just beautifully. So yeah, pretty happy with the seed snail method, because for someone with a small seed raising house and a large garden, I end up needing a lot of seeds and I don't have enough space to raise them in. But anyway, there we go. Tough stems, these guys. Oh, so many slugs. Rescued it from the slugs just in time. This is how you know it's organic. This is one of my favorite additions to our new garden enclosure. It allows me to rinse my produce off before I take it into my home. So when I have things with, say, a lot of slugs on them or dirt, I can rinse them off in this tap before I take them inside. This way I don't get slugs in my kitchen. Also, all the water from this sink goes down there into that garden bed on the inside. So I'm not wasting any water. So I just sliced the cabbage off and I'm leaving this part here because I need it to act as a living mulch until I'm ready to plant more things. It's also a good idea to not disturb the soil as much as possible because all of the roots of this plant are deep down in there, giving the soil lots of structure. So when it comes time, I'll just try and cut it off even lower so that I have space to plant, but I'm going to leave the roots of this plant in there to aid in soil structure, which is good for soil. Without further ado, juggling cabbages. I can't even hold all 3 of them at once. Maybe I'll start with 2. 1, 2. Okay, they're heavy. Ah! They're all different weights. Ah! No, I dropped all of them! My babies, my cabbages! That's enough playing with my food. I'm gonna go make sauerkraut now. Bye. Thanks for watching. Follow for more. Show off.
You need it.